What if you cannot find comparables for a subject property? All right, guys, let's say you are looking at a property and you're trying to determine what the value of the property is, but you can't find multiple comps for that property. Well, why is that? What do you do? And what does that mean? Well, first off, you want to make sure that you're investing in an area where there's enough transactions happening, enough volume, buying, selling, that has time for things to turn over on the market. Typically, if you're struggling to find comparables, it's because you're in a very rural area that does not have enough transaction volume to justify that, which becomes very concerning because it could take who knows how long. This gets into an idea of speculative versus investing. You see, speculation would be buying a piece of raw ground in the middle of nowhere, hoping that someday that ground will be worth something. That's speculation, where investing, on the other hand, is having comparables that show you what that property is worth based upon what's already sold and what's active on the market, and saying this is what this is going to sell for because just recently a property just like this sold for this amount. One is speculation, one is investing. Now, you're going to hear lots of stories of speculators making a lot of money. You probably won't hear a lot of speculators losing a lot of money, but it happens a lot more than them making money. Because what will happen is the town will go to the south side instead of the north side, and your property was on the north side. And so that never gets developed. So when it comes to investing, we're investors, we're not speculators. And anytime you don't have three solid comparables, you're getting into the speculation, not into the investing. Because one comp doesn't tell me what this will sell for. That's a good idea, but we want to do a triangulated approach where we have multiple data points that are going to tell us this is a really good idea of what this property is going to sell for. It's recently sold for, so we have a really good idea of what that value is. Otherwise, we're at the whims of the market. You also have to keep in mind that the person you're selling that property to is going to have the same problems. They're going to be trying to establish value on that, and they could leave it subject to interpretation if you don't have really good comparables, and that could have a huge influence on getting your value reduced. And so for what we do is we want to follow the FHA guidelines, where we're going to want to see three comparables and a couple of active properties when it comes to it. If you're not finding those, it's probably because you're dealing with a rural area and you want to be looking somewhere else. You're going to want to find a new area. Now, also a misconception I see quite frequently is, will an appraisal have different comparables than an evaluator will have? And the answer is no, it's the same data. There's data on two sources. There's the MLS data and there's the tax records data. If you jump over here to Investor's Edge, you can do public records, or you can do MLS, or what I recommend is you do both, so you can be looking at the sales prices and what those sold for within that period of time. If there's not enough, I can take this out to a 1 mile radius, and I can take it out to a year, which is what it is right now. If I still can't find enough comparables, I really need to be asking myself, am I speculating or am I investing here? You also have to be asking yourself, is FHA going to be able to complete an appraisal on that property? And the answer may be no, or the answer may be there's going to be serious adjustments made, meaning that the appraiser has to just kind of figure out by doing some math which one's worth more, but you're still back to speculative investing, which is what we don't want to be. We're investors, we are not speculators. And so if you can't find enough, you probably need to be looking at some other areas where you can.